Hey there, TarotTube and political aficionados. It's my first ever State of the Union address. It's February 2026, and I'm using the Tarot of the Crone. Because why? Because I'm a crone. That's why. All right, this is my second attempt filming this because the first one I started crying. Hi. I'm using the tried and true past, present, and future spread for the State of the Union for the United States of America. Now, obviously, this is my personal reading, and to the extent that it might be interesting to other people, I'm going to go ahead and post it. But it's mostly, through my lens, my personal lens, because I'm a crone, and I'm using the Tarot of the Crone deck. All right, enough yik yak. On with the show. Sorry, that crystal fell over. So in the past, we have Grandmother of Cups. Present, we have Beast of Wands. And future, we have Four of Cups. Now, getting the Four of Cups in the future doesn't really look so great. But keep in mind, at least for me, the way I read cards, whenever I do stuff into the future, first of all, I don't do a lot of predictive readings. It's not really my thing. But when I do, this is predictive based on current energies, current activities, and anything could change at any moment. But it's like for me, it's like a little warning, especially when you see how I read these in context with each other. So here, the Grandmother of Cups, which Ellen Lorenzi Prince also refers to as the Godmother. I'm going to pull this up. So if you want to read the whole thing, you can just freeze and read this. So she also calls her the Godmother. And she's saying, what are the vows you've taken? What did you promise to God and Mother in your youth or yesterday? It's kind of nice, poetic, that this falls into the past position. And this grandmother energy, it's very nurturing. It's really a hopeful kind of thing. And I think this is a good depiction of how I used to feel about being a citizen of the United States of America. I've been here a long time, people. I'm 68. And I had a very romantic idea about what the U.S. was, and I didn't, when I was young, see all of the bad parts. Everything has good and bad. And I think what this is calling me to do is not ignore the things like our current administration is like, oh, well, if we just take down all the displays about slavery, we can pretend like it didn't happen. No. That our country was built on racism. We can't ignore those kinds of things. And it's a patriarchal society, and many, many people suffer under that regime, that construct. So you can't ignore that. But I can still hold fast to ideas that the good parts about what a democracy could really be, what representation for all the people could really look like. I can hold on to that ideal. The framers of the Constitution were very much flawed human beings, but they still had a dream. And they even understood, some of them, where they were falling short. But they laid a foundation that, if we had built consistently on it, could have led us in a good trajectory. And overall, I think it has been a good trajectory, but not good for everyone. Absolutely not good for everyone. So I was privileged, right? So can I hold on to that idea of a bright future in this country under democracy, and at this point, I would say more of a socialized democracy? Can I hold on to that past, that idea? Now we move on to the present, the Beast of Wands. Love this cat in this fiery landscape. Love this black cat. This is like moving in the present, moving forward, it is a dumpster fire out there, right? But we can still navigate it. I think this is kind of a hopeful image for me in particular. And it's like, yeah, you can stay the course. You can do this. It's encouraging to me. And here's the text for this one if you want to freeze it and read what our Creator has to say. But I really like this. I'm a hunter and a lover. The gift of heat. I'm a sleek black cat with golden eyes, approaching something just out of view. Both pleasure, seeker and adventurer, combining instinct and intelligence to achieve her desires. So I feel like this is a reminder to myself that as hard as this is right now, it's okay to seek pleasure. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to find joy in community. I'm suddenly reminding a protest that I went to over the summer, No Kings, and there was joy there. I mean, we're all really angry, but there was joy to be found in community. So even though I'm a solo practitioner here, and I'm on my path, and I got to tell you, I'm doing some workings I never thought I would do. But I think this is encouraging me to stay on that course. Now, the Four of Cups, I have chosen. Because I do not want to think that this is where we are going to end up. I don't want to think that we are going to end up in this very isolated position in our country. That's certainly what our current regime is gunning for, figuratively and literally. They're really just alienating us on the world stage. And if they're successful, this is where we could end up. I kind of hope that we aren't. And I see this as a warning to give me, it could end up this way if you don't stick with this. If you don't stick with this, we could end up this way. I don't think I will ever end up this way. I think that I believe in my ability to find community, but I do think that this is a warning. And it also invites me to accept that there is going to be some grief, because what I thought when I was younger wasn't completely true, right? And so I have to honor, and I have to grieve, that things aren't as fabulous as I was told they were going to be when I was a child in the 1960s. I mean, it was a time of great upheaval and churning. But I kind of believed it was going to stick, right? I mean, I lived through school segregation, and I thought it was going to stick. I mean, never occurred to me that at some point in the future we would get an administration that would object to desegregation, that would object to DEI. I mean, it's just, what? So I do need to grieve. That trajectory didn't just hold still. So, this says, I stand alone, gazing at the horizon. I know all that I have lost, and all that remains only myself. So I could look at this and say, in the future, I have to remember that even though there's all this people in power who are actively trying to tear down things that I believe in, like DEI, like justice for people who have survived sexual abuse. I believe that people who have survived sexual abuse deserve justice. And sometimes it can feel like you're just standing alone with that thought under our current administration. But this doesn't have to be the way it's always going to be. I just need to remember that that's the way it feels right now, and that I need to grieve it and know that I can embrace myself in the future, now and in the future. I can embrace myself. I can take care of myself as I continue this fight against our regime. So that's it. That's my State of the Union address to myself. And I don't know, maybe I'll post it. We'll see. So listen, I hope everybody is staying safe out there. I hope that you are able to grieve the things that you need to grieve, that you're able to, stay strong and chart your path through this dumpster fire that we're in. And yeah, take care of yourself and stay safe out there. Hold fast to your dreams.